My cousin bullied me growing up. At family events, he'd joke, shove, humiliate. Years later, he showed up at my door, divorced, broke, lost. I let him sleep on the couch. When he asked why, I said, because we're family. And I refused to be like you were. Family gatherings were never fun for me. While everyone else seemed excited for potlucks, noisy card games, and catching up, I spent most of the time trying to stay invisible. And that was because of Derek, my cousin, 2 years older, louder, meaner. He was the kind of kid who didn't just tease, he aimed to humiliate. At every event, he'd find a way to make me the target. He'd crack jokes about my clothes, mock the way I talked, shove me just enough to look like it was an accident. He always made it seem playful, but it never felt that way. And when I looked around for help, the adults would laugh or shake their heads and say, "That's just Derek." So I stopped speaking up. I'd eat quickly and disappear into the basement or pretend to nap on the couch. I figured if I could just keep my head down, I'd avoid being in his line of fire. But even in silence, I wasn't safe. Derek could find something to mock no matter what I did. After high school, I moved away and didn't look back. I made my own life in a different city, far from those family functions and the people who never noticed, or never cared, that I was miserable. Years passed. I kept in touch with a few cousins, but Derek was a name I didn't hear much anymore. Occasionally, someone would mention he was having a rough time. Divorced. Lost custody of his kid. Out of work. It was the kind of news that made others shake their heads and say, "Well, that's Derek for you." Then one night, out of nowhere, I got a knock on my apartment door. And there he was. Derek. He looked smaller somehow, like life had worn him down to size. His eyes were tired. His clothes were worn. He said he was in town, needed a place for a few nights. I let him in. He barely spoke the first 2 days. Just slept on the couch, ate quietly, stared at the TV. He didn't joke, didn't push, just existed like a shadow of the kid I remembered. On the third night, he finally asked me why I let him stay. I could see he was bracing for something. Maybe sarcasm, maybe bitterness. But I just told him the truth. Because we're family, and I refused to be like you were. He didn't say anything. Just sat there, nodded once, and looked down. That was it. No apology. No long talk. But something in the air shifted. He left a couple days later. Left a note that just said, "Thank you." I still have it. We don't talk much now. I don't think we'll ever be close. But I don't carry the weight of him anymore. I didn't need revenge. I needed peace. And I got it by doing the one thing he never did for me. I showed him kindness.